What's up, everyone? This is Coach Beck, and I am here for episode 7 of the 65 Rows Athletics podcast / YouTube. Just an update. I found my maxes this past week on my squat, my bench press, and my power clean. So today is the first official day of the 1,000-pound club / half marathon challenge. It is now up, and I am working on the programming, but the first day is up on my free programs at 65rowsathletics.com. So basically, just to cover my game plan, right? My squat max, I got 275. My bench press, I got 185 for 3, which equates to my max being about 205. My power clean, I got 195. It took me 2 attempts, but I stuck in there and I got it. Like as I was saying, I'm not that happy with my starting point, but with everything that's been going on within the past year, me and my wife built this house, moved into it. We're working on family stuff, and I'm trying to start this, and I switched jobs, and I've had heart issues, and we're just trying to get into the rhythm of things. But all those excuses are pretty much over. So here is the game plan. I have it where I'll be running on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday while training for the half marathon portion of the program. I will be lifting Sunday, Monday, rest on Tuesday, lift on Wednesday, rest on Thursday, lift on Friday and Saturday. Each week will vary depending on percentage of my maxes that I'm working on. I will have 3 times over the next 30 weeks where I find my new maxes. That way I can work on lifting to my current potential, per se. I'm going to use a couple different strategies to gain so much strength in such a small period of time. I'm trying to reach 1,000 pounds. As of right now, my current max, with all the maxes added up, I'm lifting about 675 pounds between the 3 lifts. So I have to be very strategic whenever it comes to this programming, because I am also trying to train for a half marathon at the same time. What I've boiled it down to is, of course, I'm just going to be following proper exercise order. On top of that, I will be using strength training methods. Every single workout will have a warm-up, a plyometric session to help stimulate the central nervous system. On my lower body days, I will go into my Olympic lifts, a small little warm-up for those, and then actually work on the main lift for that day. And then I will either focus on leg press or snatch deadlift, or a squat version, a front or back or box squat. Following the main exercise, one of those squats, I will be doing my accessory work, and then followed by a small little finisher, a little burnout kind of method on just one exercise, one set, and that's that. For my upper body days, I'll have a warm-up, I'll have plyometrics, and then I am going to use what is called PAP, or post-activation potential. How this works is, imagine you are running a 40-yard dash, then you rest a minute, and then you put a parachute on, or you are pushing a sled, and you run that 40-yard dash again. Of course, your time will be a little bit slower because you have resistance behind you with the parachute, or you're pushing resistance on the sled. You rest for a couple minutes, and then you run that 40-yard dash just body weight again, like the first one, and that time should theoretically be faster than your first time. One, you're warmed up. Two, your body feels like it needs to exert more effort because it then got used to pushing the weight or fighting the resistance behind you. So I'm going to use that method whenever it comes to upper body. And by doing this, again, it'll help with the nervous system and it'll help me move faster. How I do this is a little different. So let's say I'm lifting 70% this week, which I actually am. So on Monday, one of my warm-up sets on bench press will be 60% of my max. Followed by that, I will actually do 70% of my max, my working weight. On the third set, I'll step it up a little bit more and actually work or lift 80% of my max. So that's where the added resistance comes into play. My body's getting used to moving a heavier weight, trying to move it as fast as I can, right? From there, I will also, just to get used to being under a lot of weight on the bar or with the dumbbells, I will jump it up to even 90%. From there, I'm just going to do a static hold. I will unrack the bar, keep my shoulders back, keep set, and just hold it for 10 seconds. By me doing that, I still have a contraction because my arms are extended out in front of me, my pecs are engaged, my triceps are engaged, my back and my biceps and my shoulders are stabilizing the bar. So neurons are constantly firing through all of that to help with the warm-up process. From there, I'll go into the actual main lift, working at 70% and doing my 4 sets of 6 or 6 sets of 4 or 3 sets of 8 or 5 sets of 5, whatever I program that day, followed by the accessory lift and then a finisher. And then I would like, I'm like I said, I'm going to run on my upper body days or on my rest days. I still haven't figured that out, but that's the main overview of how I'm programming my stuff. The next portion is a little bit different. So I'm going to use a couple other different methods, one of them being the triphasic method. What this basically consists of is a designated time through the 3 phases of a lift or a movement. Okay, so there's 3 phases: the eccentric, the isometric, and the concentric phase of each lift. So I'll mimic bench press again. Okay, so I unrack the bar. Whenever I am going down, that is the eccentric. Right, the transition into going down to going up, that's the isometric, whenever it's staying still right there. And then the concentric is me actually moving the weight again. So the triphasic method has a certain time during each phase. I am dialing it in based on the percentage that I am working on that week. So the entire week I'll work at the same speed. This week is 70%, starting tonight. So I will be doing a 2-second eccentric, a 1-second isometric or a pause, and then a 0-second concentric, right? So I'm moving as fast as I can to develop speed and power. On top of that, by me controlling the time under tension on the eccentric, I'm building strength because, one, my stabilizers are just constantly going because I'm controlling the weight, and I'm getting more time under the bar, which in turn helps you get stronger. It's mimicking more reps without necessarily doing more reps. The other strategy that I'll be using is velocity-based training. Now, this portion is not going to be typed out completely in the program online, but what this device pretty much does is it magnetizes to something, a metal plate, small little 5-pound plate or a 2.5-pound cookie, and you extend this and wrap this around the bar. What this does is, this is on the bar, and depending on how fast the bar goes, it shows you how many meters per second the bar is moving. Based off of that and what weight you are working with, I have a chart to tell me what weight I actually need to be using on the next set. So instead of it being 4 sets of 6 at 175 pounds, depending on how fast I'm actually moving the bar, it will determine what my true 70% max is at that current time. So that's why it's so important to warm up. It's so important to move full range of motion. It is important to control your breathing and breathe at the right time. So again, on bench press, I will have to take a breath in and control the eccentric, and then I only breathe out whenever I'm pushing up. So anytime you're ever moving the actual weight for the exercise or where the benefit is, that is whenever you breathe out. So I'm excited to use both of these methods tonight. I'll be mainly using the triphasic method, the one with the time, on the accessory portion. And I will be using this device during my squats tonight. I won't necessarily be doing it with my Olympic lifts tonight because I'm just getting back into those. I'm not necessarily worried about the speed. I need to work on the technique. So I'm going to be taking those pretty slow and over-exaggerating everything. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan and how I am programming everything. Again, the link will be in the description for the free program if you want to join the 1,000-pound club challenge / the half marathon. I do not have all of the videos yet, but I'm going to film tonight's workout. That way the videos will be in there. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, just reach out to me or email me at 65rowsathletics@gmail.com. And as always, if it was easy, everyone would do it.